Don't panic. I know your heart feels heavy right now. I know your mind has been racing with questions, fear, and uncertainty. You've been asking yourself, how will this work out? What if things don't change? What if I lose everything? But today, hear this clearly and let it settle deep in your spirit. God is already fighting your battle. You may not see it yet, but heaven has already moved. What looks like delay is not defeat. What feels like silence is not absence. God is not nervous about what you are facing. He is not confused by the size of your problem. He is not intimidated by the opposition that has risen against you. While you are worrying, God is working. While you are crying, God is arranging. While you are praying, God is already answering in ways you cannot yet see. There are moments in life when panic tries to take control. Panic tells you to rush. Panic tells you to force doors open. Panic tells you to react instead of trust. But panic never produces peace, and panic never brings victory. Faith, however, invites God into the situation. Faith says, I may not understand this, but I trust the one who does. Faith allows God to step in and do what only He can do. Some battles are not meant for you to fight. Some battles are too heavy for your strength, too complex for your wisdom, too deep for your emotions. That's why God says, stand still, not because He wants you passive, but because He wants you protected. When God fights for you, He fights with power, precision, and purpose. He doesn't just solve the problem, He transforms you in the process. Right now, what you are facing may feel unfair. You did your best. You prayed. You believed. And still, the pressure increased. Still, the doors closed. Still, people misunderstood you. But remember this, God often allows the battle to intensify just before the breakthrough manifests. The enemy makes noise when he knows his time is short. Resistance increases when victory is near. You may feel like you are surrounded, but the truth is the enemy is surrounded. You see obstacles, God sees outcomes. You see threats, God sees testimonies. You see a storm, God sees a miracle in motion. That's why you don't have to panic. Panic is a sign that you think you are fighting alone. Faith is the assurance that God is already ahead of you. There are things happening behind the scenes that you don't know about. Conversations you didn't initiate. Decisions being made in your favor. Delays that are protecting you. Detours that are redirecting you towards something better. God is working in places you cannot reach, influencing hearts you cannot change, and opening doors you cannot force. When God fights your battle, He doesn't always remove the challenge immediately. Sometimes He removes the fear first. Sometimes He strengthens your faith before He changes your situation. Sometimes He teaches you to trust His presence rather than depend on your own control. Because when you come out of this, you won't just be free, you'll be stronger. Stop blaming yourself for what you couldn't fix. Stop replaying mistakes God has already forgiven. Stop carrying burdens God never asked you to carry. The battle belongs to God, not because you are weak, but because He is strong. Not because you failed, but because He is faithful. Let peace replace panic today. Peace doesn't mean the problem is gone. It means God has taken over. Peace doesn't mean everything makes sense. It means you trust the one who holds the answer. When peace enters your heart, panic loses its power. There are victories that come not through effort, but through surrender. Not through striving, but through standing firm in faith. When you stop panicking and start trusting, you align yourself with God's timing and power. And when God's timing meets His power, no opposition can stop what He has planned for you. This season will not break you. This battle will not destroy you. This storm will not define you. What you are facing now will become the testimony that strengthens someone else tomorrow. One day you will look back and say, I didn't understand it then, but God was fighting for me the whole time. So breathe. Release the fear. Let go of the panic. Lift your head and steady your heart. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not defeated. God is already fighting your battle, and the victory is closer than you